right, so her husband and her father-in-law are estranged. She has the very romantic feeling, though, like you might see in a movie that, you know what, I'll put them in a room together for Father's Day, surprise them, and everything will be great. And she's wondering, is that a real good idea, or is this just something that Hollywood fabricates? 1-855-BERT Show. Cassie's got the email.
I could really use your advice and guidance. I'm in a situation where I know what I want to do, and what might be best for my husband will potentially make him extremely angry at me until he realizes it was the best thing for him. My husband and I got married 6 months ago. We were together for 2 years before that, and in all this time, I have never met his father. Shortly before we were dating, he and his father had a disagreement that turned into a massive fight, and they have not spoken since. From what I know, it didn't seem like the disagreement should have snowballed into something so big. However, I think there might be a deeper history, and that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. So I can fully admit I don't have all the information. What I do know is that my husband is extremely stubborn in so many areas of his life, so it doesn't surprise me that he won't reach out to his dad and mend their relationship. I also know that the lack of a relationship, as well as unresolved issues, have caused my husband pain. It seems to be silently bothering him even more now that we're expecting a baby boy. Well, a few days ago, his father contacted me and asked for my help in connecting them. He said he's tried to contact my husband via phone, text, email, Facebook, and my husband isn't responding, and his father just assumes that he's blocked his number. He's asked me to arrange a meeting. He says he wants to talk and start working towards fixing things, and he says he can't have another Father's Day without his son. So he asked for our new address so he could come over on Sunday morning. He says he has something he would like to give to my husband and something important he wants to talk to him about. I know my husband's stubborn, but I think everyone involved needs to start putting the past behind them. Maybe I'm the only one that can help make that happen. Beth.
Do you think like Pops is bringing him over to go like, I've got something wrong with me here and it's time for us to patch up our relationship?
If so, that's a really inappropriate day. Because if they're expecting a baby boy, that's that man's first Father's Day.
That's exactly what I was thinking. This is just, and I don't understand why people feel the need to do this on such important days, because if it does go horribly awry, you have potentially ruined Father's Day forever. Not that you would let it ruin it in your future, because when you have your own child, it'll take on a different meaning. But when something of that magnitude happens on a holiday, you're going to carry that with you in some capacity.
Is there anybody listening that this has actually worked well for, where you surprise two people that have tension and at first they're really mad about it, but it ends up working out great, and in looking back at the experience you're like, yeah, we got through the tension of the surprise, but it ended up being okay? Because that's how it ends up in the movies. But is ever in real life? 1-855-BERT Show. Sometimes I get sick of saying the same things over and over and over again on this show, but I really am present now to that. Timing is everything. Nothing works unless the timing is right. Nothing. And if her husband's timing is not right to be linking back up with Pops, then this is never going to work. And he's got to be on his own timetable.
I don't think it should be a surprise.
No.
This should never be something somebody's ambushed with, and their feelings are valid, so you should have them involved in it 100%.
Yeah, I think about my situation with my own father, and as much time as it took for me to get to the point to where we could be in the same room and exist. And I thought it would never happen, but it just, like you said, it was a timing thing.
Right.
And now it's easy, but it took a lot of time, and no one could force that before it was just ready. So I think you just have to let these things play out.
I mean, and granted, they've been together for 2.5 years, but that's still not a long time when you think about the span of his relationship with his father. So she has no clue what has happened in the past. And just because the dad, all of a sudden, you don't know this man at all because he's never been a part of your life. So he could say whatever in order to get it in, but you don't know what his motives are.
Yeah, and I come from a family history of estrangement, so I'm speaking from experience here that if you're not ready to really, truly forgive and say, you know what, this is just who this person is, I'm not going to change them. That change has to come from me and me just accepting who they are. It's never, ever going to work. But it takes so much therapy and so much time to get to a point like that.
The other day we were talking about how men just want to fix things. Women are just telling a story and they're like, let me fix it for you. Let me fix it for you. And Kristen, you're like, I always tell Bart, just listen to this one. Help me fix this one. Sometimes women do that. And especially with emotional things. were like, "Oh, you guys are estranged. That's so sad. That's your dad, though. I'm gonna bring you back together." Like I have had so many women touch base with me and be like, "I'm gonna fix this with your dad," and I'm gonna ambush you with it. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes that we got no calls from people going, "Yep, that worked great. That was great. What a great idea I had. What a wonderful idea."
The Bert Show.